So while we're sitting here waiting for the audio to get it set up, I'll say this is Pokemon Red, any percent glitchless. And this is the most popular of the Pokemon categories, though it's not really being run right now because the rules are kind of in flux. And we'll get into that a little bit more as we get on into the run.
We're actually ready to go, so if you want to go ahead and give the countdown.
Sure. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so I need to remember to enter these because what you would normally do here is enter A because it's fastest. But hopefully I remember here. There, that looks right.
Yeah, V-I-K-L.
Okay. And Brett for the rival.
Right, B-R-E. If you're good to go on that, and then when you're ready, I'll give you your leader and name.
Okay, that'll be in about 6 minutes. So it's when I'm buying Pokeballs, so I'll let you know when that is. So as with all Pokemon Gen 1 games, the game is the same for about the first 5 or 6 minutes. You have to go up and down Route 1 after you do the rival fight. Now, there is a strat here to make it a little bit safer that I skipped. You can get a potion back in Mom's house from your computer there, because there's a pretty small chance, maybe a 10% chance, maybe less, that you'll die to rival. But if I do that, I'll just work around it. Okay, and the Pokemon that we choose here is Squirtle, and the reason that we choose Squirtle is because he's the best one for defeating the first gym leader, Brock. Whoops, I didn't name him. It doesn't make that much of a difference. We only use him for 2 fights. Okay, and so here's Rival 1. Because I chose Squirtle, the rival is going to choose Bulbasaur because of the type advantage that it has. And this Pokemon knows 2 moves, Growl and Tackle. And what we want to see is Tackle, because Growl makes it take a long time. Go Squirtle. Growl's kind of a bad start there, but we'll work around it. 2 Growls is a worse start. So now we're just going to spam Tackle for a while. While we're doing this, I'll sort of talk about the history of the run. So that crit was good. In most Pokemon runs, it's best to use 1 Pokemon for the whole run. And originally, when this game was routed by Worcester and his brother, they were using Squirtle. And a strat developed that was originally a race strat to use Nidoran, and it was found that Nidoran was faster. This rival fight's going not terribly. It was found that it's faster to use Nidoran because it evolves really quickly. You can get it to its... okay, we're going to be looking for the special here. And we want to see the special be 12, and it was 12. So that means that the Brock fight will go better. So it was decided that, or figured out that the fastest Pokemon to use for the whole run is Nidoran. So about 6 minutes into the run, we're going to get a Nidoran, and then hopefully we're never going to use another Pokemon for the rest of the run. When we're going up and down Route 1 here, it would be preferable to get exactly 1 encounter, because you're going to need a little bit of experience, and no encounters there through the first pass through Route 1 is really good. So having a decent rival fight and 12 special and no passes, this is about as well as you could hope for things to be going at this point. So we're going to use Nidoran because it can learn a very diverse moveset, and as I said, it reaches its 3rd evolution state really soon into. We're going to take a shortcut through the grass here. We get an encounter, it's fine, and we didn't. So now we got to go back and we got an encounter there. So if it's a level 2 or 3, this is level 2 or 3, we're going to fight it. We need to do this so we have enough experience to get Bubble for the Brock fight. The reason that we use Squirtle is because it has a type advantage over the rock Pokemon. Because it's going to be a 3. What's a decent beginner? So sort of the standard is sub 2. The runner Exarian, who is really the king of all Pokemon speedruns, made a beginner guide. So if you Google for Exarian Red Basic or something like that, then you'll find Exarian's guide, and that's the guide that we all use. So under 2 in a race here would be good. So here we're getting the Pokédex from Oak, which is a required step to beat the game. So this is the 80% glitchless category, and 80% means basically beat the game, which is beat the Elite Four. And to do that without glitches, you need to get all 8 gym badges. So we're going to go through this and try to find the fastest way to get all 8 gym badges and then go beat the Elite Four. On the way back up, we're basically hoping for no encounters, so that's kind of crappy. But what are you going to do? What a glitch is probably the most hotly debated topic in the Pokemon community. And in this category, it's... Let me run away from this real quick. The two things that are debate as to whether they're not, whether they're glitches or not, are instant text, which is due to an oversight from the programmers. If you talk to the bike owner and say that you don't want the bike, you can get the text to appear instantly. And Pokédoll. When you go to the Marowak in the tower, the strat that we use is running away from it. So I'm about to buy the Pokeballs. So could I get the Nidoran title?
Yes, you can. The Nidoran name will be
Chelney! Thanks so much to Chelney for putting all this together. Huge fan of Cassio and Prissy, and glad I could do this. So what we do right now is save and reset, and I'm going to shut up for a minute. So I try not to mess up this RNG manipulation that I'm about to do. Okay, we got it. Okay, that felt good. No! That's very bad news. Okay, so as a race strat, I bought 5 Pokeballs here, whereas normally you would only buy 4, and it was for this sort of thing. I'll talk a little bit about, while I'm going through the forest, about why it might be that I missed that. This is bad. Okay. Okay, remember, Chelney. A little slow on the type because it's not something you normally do in the speed run, but... No! Not like that, Matt. Okay. And we're on our way. So, about a year ago, the rules in this category changed, for the English version at least, to allow for save and restart, and that was because it was found that the RNG in this game can be reset on a hard reset. Picking up that potion is not a race strat, it's a standard strat. And the RNG resets on a hard reset, and then by doing Pokemon runners will often say frame perfect inputs, but they're not really frame perfect inputs, they're tile perfect inputs, and a lot of the inputs you can buffer. So the Nidoran nip that you do there is to get a Nidoran with perfect stats and a Nidoran that gets in the ball the first time. Now, it didn't get in the ball the first time, which can mean one of two things. Either I didn't do the buffers right, or I got an IGT 0 frame. The Manips, because of the frame that you save on, are somewhere north of 95% successful. So that may have been the one IGT 0 frame. But we'll never know. Okay, so this is Weedle Guy, and Weedle Guy can be a bit of a troll. Now, I have really low health here, so this is kind of bad. I'll probably have to heal during this fight, unless I get a lot of string shots. And it's 2 moves, string shot and missing attack. Oh, it missed. That's good. I'm used to seeing his name. Okay, so we're going to heal here because I died from the crit. Okay, string shots are good and poison stings are bad because you can get poisoned, and if you get poisoned, you had to heal it off. You may have seen me pick up an antidote there when I was walking through the forest. So we want this to not be a shake animation afterward. It wasn't, so that's good, and that's all in all a pretty good Weedle fight. Okay, so the reason that we killed that one thing when we were walking up and down Route 1, it ended up being a level 3 rat, was so that we could learn Bubble right there, so that we know Bubble, which is a super effective move against Rock-type Pokemon. Okay, so I'm going to do a bit of a safety strat here and get potions before Brock instead of after Brock. PB strats can kind of go either way. Might not have enough money. Maybe I can only buy 6. Yeah. I get 7. That's fine. Okay, here we're going to switch Pokemon. And we're going to heal. I probably shouldn't heal there. Okay. So now we're going to go fight Brock, which is a pretty easy fight, but you can die, so I'll be saving you before that. Okay, now we're going to do a strat here that's been known for a long time. We're actually going to use the Squirtle to kill, but we want to get the Nidoran's experience up because it's only a level 4, so we're going to lead with the Nidoran, and then immediately switch to Squirtle. Defense Curl here would be good. Tackle Squirtle. Okay, and because we have good special, we had 12 special at level 6 instead of 11. That means that's a 2-shot fight instead of a 3-shot fight, which is pretty cool. Okay, now we're going to switch back to Nidoran and do the same thing all over again, so that we can get our Nidoran's experience up so that it can learn Horn Attack, which is the move that sort of carries you through the early game. Here I was talking and not doing the right thing. This is a super safety move. I probably should use that, but I don't want to die. Okay, that's bad. Okay, so we're going to use, when it uses Bide, then you use Tail Whip here, because Bide is a move that takes the last move that you did and doubles the damage, which is, in this case, a 1-shot kill all the time. So you want to do a move that does 0 damage. So we do a status changing move. Okay, and here we get Bide, which is a move that we'll sell later for a little bit extra money. Okay, so now that we're done with the beginning of the game, we're going to go off into the big world. Should have changed options. So we're going back to set battle style there. In that battle, we had shift style, which asks you if you want to change the Pokemon in the middle of a fight, and we don't want it asking. Shorts guy is about to bring out. The rat. So do you guys want to? So do you want to change Pokemon? So now it won't ask. So for the rest of the run, we will be using, hopefully, exclusively Chelmy. Okay, we're getting string shots there, which string shots lower your speed. But in that case, it's not necessarily a bad thing because you get what's called a badge boost. The game recalculates all of your stats every time there's a status-affecting move. And what we just got was Brock's badge, the Boulder badge, which increases your attack. So every time you get a status-changing move, then it's going to recalculate and reapply the badge boost, which is sort of a bug that's fixed in later gens. This will probably be a 3-shot fight, and our health is kind of low here, so we're going to heal before the next fight, which is Short Sky, which can be a really scary fight. Our health is really low. It didn't even fill all the way up. So this is Short Sky. He's a bug catcher, but he says that he likes to wear shorts. And because we're still so under-leveled, these Pokemon can do a lot of damage. You'll see how much tackle it does here. It's quite a bit more than tackle does once in a run, but that isn't that bad. Quick Attack's going to do a lot here. We can die here from a crit, so I'm not going to use Vibe. I'm going to heal again. Whoa, 2 tackle misses in a row. Tackle's a 95% hit. Okay, so now we're back to full health, which is pretty good. So this Ekans can be a bit of a troll because it knows Wrap. So we want to see anything but Wrap here, because Wrap is a multi-turn move. Freaking Short Kid is right. 2 Poison Stings is good. That's pretty quick. So, it wasn't the best fight because we had to heal, but it's better than getting a wrap. Okay, I didn't change there, so I need to remember to change here. So we're going to move Horn Attack to the front of the move order because that's the move that you use the most often here in the early game. Okay, so these next couple fights are free. Really all that they can do is troll you by taking a couple more turns. There's not really anything. Now is a good time, for sure. Cool, thanks. So, is that going to kill? That is going to kill. These Metapods and Kakunas here only know Harden, which is a bit annoying because it just means that the fight takes longer because it increases their defense or decreases your attack. That's one of the best crits in the game because this fight can be a real troll. It can take 3 or 4 turns, and instead of a 3 or 4 turn fight, we got a 2-turn fight, which is a lot better. So the same story with this last bug catcher here. it's good that that was a 2-shot there. So
This would be good if this is a
3-shot. It's probably going to be a 4-shot and probably take all of our horn attacks.
so
After this, we're going to catch the flyer slave that we need, and then after that, we're going to use the center, and the center is not so much for health as it is for refilling the PP of horn attack.
we learn Poison Sting,
Which is
doesn't cost us any time.
time, and it can
Save
save us a little bit of time, so it's probably better.
Okay, so here we're going to walk
Through the grass
to avoid
this girl that has a Jigglypuff,
Puff,
and
get an
encounter there. There's a
10%
chance that it's a Jigglypuff,
Puff, and it's
not. It's a
Pidgey,
which is
good.
It's a level 8, which is bad.
I may try to tackle
all this twice and hope that it doesn't die. Yeah, but then I got Sand Attack and I might miss that. I ended up hitting through. Don't crit, please. Thank you. Okay, so now we're going to use the
Pokeball.
to catch this. We only have one
Pokeball
left, so we got to hope that our last slave gets in the ball. We don't ever use that one in battle.
The reason that we name the Pokemon A
is
is because
it takes one frame for each character of text
to appear on the screen. So
the shorter name that you give them, you end up
saving probably about
about 30-40
seconds
over the course of the run, which can make a big difference, you know, in that, I mean the difference between PB and no PB. So
here we're healing.
Mostly to get back that
PP,
the
horn attack PP.
and we're
Onto Mount Moon, which
which is one of the most RNG heavy sections of the game. The
reason that it's so
RNG heavy is
because
because of encounters. This is a level 7, I'll kill it. If it's not, it won't.
ew.
That sucks. So we're hoping to get no encounters up to this nerd here.
This nerd
Is technically an optional fight, but we
need to get to level 25
for
for Misty because
Misty has the type advantage with her water
Pokemon.
over the ground type Pokemon, Nidoran.
and if you don't,
Don't
if you're
not
not,
at level 25, then
Misty
Misty
will outspeed you.
you.
I remember it's the
I think it's a
speed type.
and
That turns a
fight that's
slightly favorable.
favorable
into
into
a
a
fight
fight that you're
probably
probably going to lose.
So that's what Pokemon runs,
is all about is
taking
taking advantage of
things that
that are greatly in your favor. All these 80 or 90%
percent chance.
chances, and hoping one of the 10% chances to kill you don't come through. It's good that first Screech hit, and the second one doesn't really matter because we got a badge boost. Otherwise, that becomes a 3-shot fight. And
Every turn takes about 10 seconds.
between
9
and 10 seconds. So
We're gonna go and pick up this.
rare candy. Rare candies are very valuable because they increase your level 1 by 1, which you know is the ooh. This is interesting. I don't know what I should do here. I'm gonna
Take the
safety strat here and try to get this
in the ball. We need Paris for a cut slave.
Don't
Get it.
Don't break out. Don't break out.
Thank you.
All right.
That was a bit of a non-standard strat.
Strat. Some of the other Pokemon runners should probably holler at me for doing that, but in a
Marathon,
I
saw
saw
the
the chance to take a cut slave and I took it. So now in the Manip, we'll probably skip the Paris, take the Paris for experience, take the Paris for experience.
Okay, this is kind of a boring
fight because each of these
Pokemon.
are 2 shots no matter what happens.
We're getting up to the second
Of the 3 RNG Manips that are in
in this route,
I
and
am
by no means a
great runner at this game, but I am doing the strats
that were the current world.
record strats.
There's a bunch of different
manipulations that you can use in Mount Moon, depending on how your Route 3 goes, your health there. Here we just got up to level 16, and this is known as hands off the controller time, because if you hit B, it cancels the evolution and kind of kills your run, because you can't get it to evolve again. So we're going to walk a couple tiles over here. I hope we don't get an encounter. Save. Reset. I hope I did that right. I'm going to do it again just in case. Okay. And now we do the second manipulation, which is the longest one. So I'm going to shut up for about the next minute. Okay, got through the hardest part of it. And got the one encounter. That's a 1 in 60 chance. That's the IGT0. The reason that we use this manip where you change the color of the palette is because it's much more reliable than the other manips. It's 59 out of 60 to succeed, and I got the 1 out of 60 fail. So if the first one was an IGT0, that means that both of them are IGT0s. Which is, you know, that'd be 1 in 3,600 to get both of those. So that's marathon luck. I could have tried to save and reset and do it again, but I think it's longer than to just go through it. Because not only do you have to go through the 20 seconds to restart, but you have to go through it again because you have to resave because you saved on a bad frame. Okay, you may have noticed we picked up a moonstone earlier, and so that was we can evolve Chelney to his maximum form and becomes Nido King. This is another hands off the controller time. And so this is a pretty bad Mount Moon time. But it's not the worst that's ever been had. We're probably still good for well under the estimate. Okay, here we're going to use Poison Sting instead of Horn Attack. The reason that we use Poison Sting is because, as you may notice, the animation that you get, instead of this flash animation that you get for Horn Attack, you get a shake animation, and the shake animation is about a half second faster. So it's just saving a couple frames. We would attack this do that there, but the Poison type move is not very effective against it, and it wouldn't kill it. This Grimer can be a bit of a troll. We want to see Pound here instead of Disable because it can disable Horn Attack, which makes it take a lot longer. But we got a Pound, so that's good. One of the advantages to taking Mount Moon this slow is that we killed 2 Pokemon, and if you kill 2 Pokemon in their, or if you kill Pokemon in their total experience is greater than or equal to 136, then you get what's called Mount Moon experience. Excuse me. And Mount Moon experience makes some of the ranges more favorable on Mega Bridge, which is the next. Ooh, this is a good time to talk about Gen 1 misses. So the way that the game was programmed, the programmer, to save space, forgot an or equal sign on a greater than or equal to sign. So it says if you're for every move it rolls between a 0 and 255. Praise Lord Helix. It rolls between a 0 and 255, and then uses that to calculate whether the move hits or not based on its accuracy. If it rolls exactly a 0, then it reads it as the move missing, even for moves that have 100% accuracy. Moves like Horn Attack, Poison Sting, Water Gun, Earthquake, always have a 1 in 256 chance to miss. So that means that over the course of a run, your odds of getting one Gen 1, and it only happens in Gen 1, that's what we call it, Gen 1 miss. The odds of getting one Gen 1 miss, or the expected number of Gen 1 misses that you can get is somewhere between 1 and 2. So hopefully that's the only one that we get, and we don't get it later during Gym Rush or something that's... would be a lot more damaging and kill the run. There, that Gen 1 miss, we just lost 1 turn instead of having to reset or something like that. Here again, we pick up this rare candy because a rare candy is worth a level, which is at this point in the game is about 3 fights. So going that little bit out of the way ends up saving time. Okay, so here's Rival 2. What's up, Brett? And Rival 2 can be a bit of a troll because it knows Sand Attack. So, level 18 here, right? I got my experience, right? I did. So we want to see anything here except we want to see Gust now. Gust is good. We want to see Gust again. It knows Quick Attack, Gust, and Sand Attack. Well, we got Sand Attack, which means our accuracy decreases to, I think it's 70%. So now all these 100% accuracy moves can miss like that without them being Gen 1 misses. Here we got 2 misses on Sand Attack, which I think is about the average. Okay, that's good. This is a range to kill. Miss the range. Okay, and this should be a 2-shot. It doesn't growl here. Okay, our health is a little bit low, but that's fine. It's not too low. HC doesn't matter. Okay, so we're through Rival 2. We got 1 Sand Attack and I think 4 misses, which is 4 more than you want. But... Okay, so this is the point in the run where the rule changes that are being discussed right now would allow instant text in this category, which means that instead of having to mash through all those and wait for the text to scroll across the screen, it would all the text would appear instantly without having to scroll. So it ends up saving about a minute and a half, a minute 45 over the course of the run. Okay, this is a range. What's the range? This is not a range. This is a range at level 19. Hit the range. Maybe that's on my end. It looks good to me, but... Okay, that should have fixed it. I think my mic's coming unplugged there. Maybe it's still unplugged. No, there's just me here. Maybe that fixed it. Okay, so the advantage to getting the moon experience there was it makes some of these fights, some of these ranges, 100% instead of ranges. Like the Ekans nose wrap, which just takes a long time. So it's a lot better for some of the ranges here if you get moon experience, even though it does take a little longer. Yeah, this is the part of the run where Nidaking's dominance over Squirtle really exerts itself because it just tears through this middle part of the game. And here in a minute, we're going to learn the best move in the game, Thrash. Okay, don't sand attack here. Thank you. Looks like we... Oh, no, we have moon experience. We don't have to heal. Sweet. Okay, so we should get level 21 after this Pokemon here. This is on one shot, but it shouldn't be. We're going to use our rare candies. And the reason that we use them right here is we use them when we get to level 21 so that we can learn. Best move in the game, Thrash. Dylan, do you only have to say that when Peabot Dot shows up, or? Okay, here, this shows why Thrash is the best move in the game because it's a 3 or 4 turn move, and it'll automatically use the next move without you having to select it, which saves a bunch of time. Okay, now we're going to kind of a scary fight, Top Hiker, because the Top Hiker has a Geodude, and all of the moves that Nidoran knows are not very effective against it. So it control a little bit, but we're going to do our best. Okay, we'd like to see a crit here and not a defense curl. It's not a crit. Tackle's fine. We're not going to go this. We're going to switch out if we don't get the 4 turns. We didn't get the 4 turns, so we're going to switch out to Squirtle here. Thrash is either a 3 or a 4 turn move. And whether it does 3 or 4 is a 50-50 chance. And then if it only does 3, and you try to do another move, or if it does 4 and you try to do another move, then you'll be confused and you have a 50-50 chance to hurt yourself in confusion, which would put us dangerously low in health there. So then rather than taking that risk, I switched out to Squirtle, which is one of the unfortunate reasons that you might not see Nidoking for the rest of the run. But this is the part where Nidoking just destroys everybody else. All of these Pokemon are one shot. Yes, it's very possible. Challenge can hurt himself in confusion. Okay, so we tear through all these. There's one more Pokemon. There's one more trainer on this route that has 3 Pokemon, and we'll one-shot all of those as well. You know, they talk about a boyfriend and a girlfriend there, and I'm not sure if they are supposed to be the boyfriend or a girlfriend, or if there are some other third-party boyfriend girlfriends. I like to think they're boyfriend. Okay, so we fought, so now we have to go talk to Bill, and the whole reason that we had to do all this was so that we can talk to Bill and get the ticket to the boat. The reason that we need the ticket to the boat is because the captain of the boat knows Cut, and you need Cut to proceed through the rest of the game. Okay. Right, yeah, Peapod, I'm not sure. Okay, we're not going to heal here and just use the escape rope. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not that one, Matt. Okay, here we're going to center before Misty, which is definitely not a PB strat. Normally you would heal to 43 or higher, but Misty can just wreck you so hard that the race strat, as approved by PokeGuy, is to heal before Misty. The current record holder in this category at 148.50 is PokeGuy 84. Now you might wander yourself over to the leaderboards and say, but Matt, Exarian has a 148.49. Yes, that's true, but Exarian's run was on an emulator, and it was the older version of this emulator that didn't have the delays built into it that the console has. So console is about 1.5 seconds slower per reset than... Okay, that's good. Than emulator is. So for this category, you can get leaderboard times with emulator, but you cannot get world record. We're going to save here. By taking the center there, I changed this fight from about a 70% chance to probably about a 90% chance, but we can still die if we get a Bubble Beam crit into Speedfall. I was a little slow there because I wanted to make sure I chose Thrash. Okay, so we get to level 25 here right before this Starmie, and the whole path that we took up to this point was so that we got to level 25 just at this point. We want not crit into Speedfall, no crit, and we got the Thrash, so that's fine, and our health is good. Okay. Okay, so now we can use Cut, but we have to go get Cut. So we're going to walk down to the boat and fight Boat Rival. Before that, we have a couple trivial fights that Shelny will just thrash his way through. Not a problem. This rocket has 2 Pokemon that both die in one shot flash. And then he's going to give us Dig, which is a useful move because it gets you out of some situations. Certain gyms you can dig out of, which is faster than having to walk out of them. Got you level up there. Okay, there he gives us TM28,
28,
which is big.
Okay, so now we're going to walk down here
We're
and
gonna walk through the tunnel that takes us to the other side of
Celadon.
Celadon. If we tried to walk right to Celadon, it's blocked off, and we
Can't
can't
get
get there until we get a drink for the guards that you get at the Celadon Mart.
most important part of the game,
Okay, got the jingle skip.
because you pick up that
full restore on the first tile, you don't have to hear the that goes along with
picking up Pokeballs and hitting.
hidden items.
Here's the last point in the game where we
We can get an
encounter, so
so we want to
pray for no.
encounter in that little patch of grass, and we take a left step left here to avoid that patch of grass, and we didn't get any. So
That's good.
So
As long as I don't screw up the rest of the game, there won't be any more encounters. These 3 Pokemon that this girl has are all
one-shots as well with Thrash,
but they do know Quick Attack.
and
Quick Attack has order precedence
no matter how
as
fast
you are.
So
Even if you are faster than a Pokemon,
Quick
attack
Attack
will
will always go first. So
there's a 1 in 3 shot that
gives you the leads.
Quick Attack. Same thing here,
Here with the bottom guy,
just his second rat.
Rat known as Quick Attack. Okay, didn't get Quick Attack there.
This is the hardest menu in the game.
Okay, just sell the nugget.
Hardest menu in the game.
Because it changes every time. So you have to
Think about
what it is that you've done in
This
this
run
to
to know
what it is that you
sell there. Normally, if you get poisoned and you use
use the antidote, then you don't
Sell
buy there. And I was
poisoned. Wait, I wasn't poisoned, but I did run out of Pokeballs. So item management is really important for this game. It gets to a certain point in the gym rush when you don't want the gym leaders telling you about the great TMs that
they're gonna give you.
you just want them to tell you
that your
pack is full and you can't take it.
anything else.
So you want to make sure
That by the time you get
to
to
Koga,
you
you
have exactly 20 items in your inventory,
inventory.
or you lose time to him blathering on about toxic.
Okay, so this is the boat rival. This is the third of, well, either 6 or 7 times
That you encounter rival over the course of the run,
run, depending on
whether you
count champ.
as rival or not. Okay, what are we gonna do here? Horn attack. Okay, that's fine. No quick attack, please. Thank you. Okay, we got the level there. That's good. That's a rare move. Okay, we're on horn attack, so we're gonna go to Thrash. Wreck ready now.
Okay, here we get the cut from the captain, and this is the grossest part of the game as a
10-year-old boy rubs an old man's back.
You know, that may be only the. I don't have that many runs in this game. I only go about 350 or so, but that may be only the second time that I've seen him potion there. Because usually you're not that high health or that level. All right, here's a 30-second cutscene. So if you're in a race or in a marathon and you need to go PP, this is your last chance to do it if you're a runner. Those little puffs of smoke are the same animations that the boulders get when the boulders move in Victory Road. Yes. Okay, so I didn't teach Bubble Beam yet. So we're going to go up here and do the first of several menus throughout the game. See how bad I am at this. Alright, that one's it. Okay, the last of the minutes. Rip the blue palette. Okay, we didn't get 3 IGT zeros. That's 57 out of 60 to be successful. Blue palette is superior palette. There is a palette swap that you can do for Cansman, but it takes a second. What's my health here? I don't know if I should go for this or not. Gunnar told me not to go for it. No, that doesn't matter. Okay, so normally if you're doing PB attempts here, this is where you'd be trying to set up red bar for the flight spit. As I'm sure you remember if you play this game casually, if your health gets below, I think it's 20.4%, like 5 out of 24 or something, then the game goes wee woo, wee woo. And the wee woo has Surge is a free fight. And the wee woo has precedence over other sounds in the game. Tells you to teach it to an electric Pokemon. I will not be teaching it to an electric Pokemon. I will be teaching it to Chell. That was pretty good. So red bar takes precedence over other sounds in the game. So Pokemon cries and level up jingles are all skipped if you're in red bar. So obviously it's much faster to do that. However, you're at the risk of dying. So when I was asking people for advice on a marathon run, they said don't go for red bar until the point where you have to. Alright, that wasn't that fast, but it wasn't that slow. Alright, here we go to pick up the bike. She moved up, so we go this way. Okay, we got a quick menu here. Down one. Hop on the bike. No, I missed the input. Took that kind of slow. Should I save for 4-turn girl? Health is pretty high. I'm gonna save.
Okay, this trainer is the girl we call Four-Turn Thrash Girl.
She has 4 Pokemon, and you use Thrash. As I mentioned earlier, Thrash can either it's a 50-50 whether it goes 3 or 4 turns. And then it's a 50-50 whether or not you hurt yourself in confusion. So we're hoping for a 4-turn Thrash here instead of a 3-turn Thrash. And if it is a 3-turn Thrash, I'll just try it.
There's a 50-50, it works.
And this Bellsprout here, if you miss that,
Can F you
up.
Because,
you got 4-turn, put you to sleep. So that's
where a lot of
BB attempts
die.
Okay, up until now, movement hasn't mattered as much, but because with the
Bike you move 4 times as fast? 2 times as fast?
movement becomes a lot more important. This trainer, on the other hand,
only has 3
pokes.
So
Thrash is guaranteed to wreck this part of the game as it goes.
With all the middle game. Okay.
Up here is a scary option.
Optional.
I never hit that guy.
But I'm always afraid I will. And I think
Every other runner of this game
feels the same way.
Okay, so now is
Time where I take a bunch of extra steps.
steps,
And
and
we go to Rock Tunnel. Forgot which
part of the game I was on there.
that was awful.
Movement? So normally if you're doing PB attempts here and you had this health, you would be taking intentional damage, either from Slowpoke here or the Pokemon before that. But we're doing race safety strats here.
And they include not
Saving here,
saving for the next one.
Okay, so
This
trying to recall Tunnel Oddish. I forget it, in Fire Red Leaf Green she has, because this Oddish is a
high range, 90%, 85%, something like that. We got the
range. And if you don't get that
range, then
it can put you to sleep, stun spore, do a lot.
they just troll you into having to die or
Reset.
So many runs die to that tunnel Oddish as well. This movement isn't too bad.
What? Where was I? I just hit an optional.
I just hit
An optional I've never hit before. Where was I out of the way? Interesting. Oh, fortunately, he only has 2 Pokemon that both die to one-shot bubble. Huh.
I've never hit that guy before. Where am
Am I?
Not there.
Sorry, Zero. Well, that's how I felt. I've never hit that option. All right, this is a really scary fight. I mean, it's not really scary, but if you Gen 1 miss here, so that's a 0.2% chance. 0.4% chance. 0.4% chance. Then all of these rocks are self-destruct.
Whoops.
Took that kind of safe.
I got
The exclamation point
there, which takes a second longer.
But a little bit safer.
All right, this is the second
third to last time we're going to use
thrash.
I hope I have 3
thrashes left. Oh, we got plenty.
Oh, it's because we centered for mist.
Great strats. Okay, we're out of the tunnel. Gonna go fight this gambler.
I know. Sad, but
it's not strong enough.
Yeah, that's a really scary optional. If you go straight there and don't do that little wiggle there, hit that girl.
She has 5
Pokemon.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Missed it.
Thought I went
Too far. Where is it?
Is it right
There? It is right there. There I show my deficiencies as Pokemon runners. Not being able to get
that elixir on the first try.
bonk. Okay, now the stalwart of any Pokemon game would go shopping. She
moved up.
That move. What did I say?
She moved up.
So we moved down. Here we buy the Pokédoll to escape the Marowak
in the
Tower and
Lavender Tower.
which, as it is defined,
Defined now is not a glitch.
however, instant
Instant text is defined as a glitch, but it looks like that'll be changing here in the next couple of weeks.
Whoa!
Girl's moving out the way. Okay, and that's it. And we're on our way.
Okay, now
we go over here to talk to this
girl to get Fly, and walking to her house and taking the bike. If you do the buffers frame perfectly, then
at the exact
same amount
of time. So we just walk.
Now the longest menu in the game.
The fly menu.
I should split. Okay, so what we did there was move the moves that we're going to use more commonly in the late game up to the top, and top Rock Slide, which is useful for the ghost Pokemon here. As you notice, the girl said Rock Slide can spook some Pokemon. And Fly, which we use to get around for the rest of the game. And here is the fourth time that we see Brett for this run. And this one doesn't have a name. I guess Tower Rival. We normally don't call this one anything because it's hard to find this one. Thanks for the shout out. Ooh, that crit's good. That saves one turn. Saves about 10 seconds. Because otherwise you need 3 thrashes there to get to the end of it. And Brett goes down once more. This is, of course, the music that gave the kids seizures. So the urban legend goes, right? Now, so we're going to use Rock Slide because it's super effective against these ghost Pokemon. And it has a 10% chance to miss. So you can kind of get trolled here. But we have pretty high health, so I'm not going to bother saving or anything like that. And we only end up using Rock Slide, what? 4 times? 5 times? 4 times. Okay, we're taking this mandatory heal pad. It's not really mandatory. You can fight that channeler that's right above right there. And if you have red bar, it can be faster to hold on to red bar there, but I think it only saves 5 or 6 seconds. So it's really risky. So it's a strat that only top runners take on runs that have gotten this far that are not. Thanks for the kikis in chat. I never know how you say that. Kiki. Okay, and we're done with Rock Slide. We're going to pick up this rare candy as we get out of the way here. and teach the most broken move in the game, Horn Drill. Now, the intended strat here is of course for you to go to Rocket Hideout and pick up the Sylph Scope, but we're going to instead use the Pokédoll here. And you are using the Pokédoll for its intended use. You're supposed to be able to use it to run away from Pokemon that you can't normally run away from in the wild. But I don't know if the game creators really intended it to be used on that specific Pokemon. That's true. That's true with a lot of. Pokemon Stadium commentator. That guy. What's that guy doing now?
Wow, I
Didn't hold B there to buffer. You may have been noticing that we haven't seen any of the stat changes on the level ups.
You can
Buffer B so that you don't have to see them. You know, save some frames. Okay, so the reason that Horn Drill is broken is not because it's Horn Drill, but because it's a one-hit KO move. And what's really broken is not Horn Drill, but X attacks. X accuracies rather. X accuracies don't only increase your accuracy, they remove the concept of accuracy. So once you use an X accuracy, you cannot miss the move. That includes one-hit KO moves that were intended to have a low accuracy because you obviously want to have a low accuracy of from such a powerful move. But X accuracies combined with one-hit KO moves is probably the most broken mechanic in this gen. I'm gonna take a bit of a chance here on the 92% range. Got it. Here we get the Poke Flute. Walk out of here, fly to Celadon.
just down one.
And here we go to first take the center.
That's real.
Taking an extra step. It's on top before that repel is supposed to wear off. So here we give the water to the guard. Now the next Pokemon that we're going to fight is this one Arbok.
See,
2, 3, 4. is this Arbok here. And we want to see anything but glare, because glare paralyzes you, which means you have to spend time to use a full heal to heal it off. And fortunately, we still have our full. Last time we used Thrash. Here's good. And got the range. Sometimes that's a 3-hit, but but because we had Lear, we had the badge boost, so that makes it guaranteed 2-shot. So now we go on to Sylph Rival. Which is the second or third to last time we see Brett. We go up here to allow the rival a little space there to walk out. As you may notice, the rival kind of walks with some swagger, with the tear switching back and forth, so he walks about half as fast as you do. So we want to take all the steps we can. This is not looking so good. You want to take some damage from that bird there. One advanced strat that you'll start using in this game if you want to get a top time better than about a 151 or 150 is to try to get red bar from this trainer here by setting up on the Gyarados. The Gyarados nice Hydro Pump and send your health really low after you just took that center. But no matter how advanced you are, top runners like Exarian and Pokeguy, I recommend not doing that ever in a race. Okay, so we need to use an elixir here, but I didn't take any damage there. So I'm going to use an elixir in this fight and take up an extra turn and try to get some more, try to take some more damage. We want to be below about 80 before we get to the last Pokemon. That is not good. That's good. There's a little lag right there. Here we fight Giovanni for the first time, the head of Team Rocket. We were supposed to have fought him before in the Rocket hideout when we got the Sylph Scope, but we skipped the Sylph Scope by getting the Pokédoll. So this is the first time that we're actually seeing him. That horn attack there is good. That'll get her health a bit lower. I thought I had my alerts off. I don't know if that came through for you guys. So a more recent change to the route was instead of getting Earthquake before that fight, is getting Earthquake after that fight, and it lines up with using Blizzard, which is used instead of
Ice Beam.
Come on. Whoa! Okay, we're gonna swap
X speeds here and use the flute. Oh, and repel. So the lag here after the flute plays always has me wondering that something's
gonna go wrong. Oh, there it is. And that Pokey Flute, we need to get him out of the way there.
Okay,
See if I can get both of these on the
first try. That's not right. That's right. Okay. And 6 flowers down. 6. Okay, got them both. That's
good. Now we're going to the Safari Zone,
which you need
to get the second to last of the overworld moves that you have your slaves for.
Strength.
Quick menu
First. Okay,
refresh.
Now it was a little slow, but taking it safe. Okay.
Thrash will be missed. There's been some talk of keeping Thrash until the Elite Four, but the way to make it work yet.
Because, you know, which move do you get rid of?
Okay, so here is Safari Zone,
which is just all execution and no
RNG, which is of course rare for Pokemon.
Did I use my full restore? I did not, so I
don't need to pick that one
up.
If you use your full restore earlier, if you get put to sleep by the Tunnel Oddish or glared by the Arbok, then you want to pick up the
second one there. But
here you don't.
I should have gone up there.
That's okay. This is fine.
I always miss that.
Oops. Okay, and here we move on to fight Koga.
No.
Ooh.
I messed it up.
We're only biking over
4 houses.
Okay, so in Koga's gym, the way I remember the move order is you earthquake everything, unless you're trying to take damage, which we are. We need to be under. It's okay right now. Get one headbutt from the hypno, and that'd be good. So the reason that we want to have a lower health is so that, well, I'll leave it a surprise for those of you that don't know. Okay, so this first drowsy goes down pretty easy. And then we're going to stall on this second hypno, hoping for either a headbutt or a confusion. Poison gas is not good, so we'll stall longer. Poison gas is not good, so we'll stall longer. Confusion's good. Don't crit. Thank you. Okay, so now I have this looking pretty good for the Koga fight. Okay, we're getting a little low on PP, so we're going to use an elixir here. And a strat that was found quite a while ago, we die here. And as I mentioned earlier, you want to make sure that you have exactly 20 items there so that Koga doesn't go into his speech about how toxic is a 400-year-old technique. Okay, and so we're going to use what's kind of a glitch in Gen 1 is you can use rare candies to revive a fainting Pokemon. This was fixed in later gens. Okay, another quick menu here to use Super Repel and Teach Surf. Make sure you're facing that way. And this part of the run, this was a more recent route change. You can save one menu here if you use the Super Repel and Teach Surf right there. You used to Teach Surf and use that Repel when you were outside of Koga's gym, but changed it to 2 menus to save the menu coming here. But it does require tile perfect movement through the mansion here. All right, I got a question. Maybe you guys get. Why are water songs? Doesn't matter whether it's Super Mario Brothers, this game. Water songs are always in 3/4, like
Waltz time signature. Why is that? What is it
about water that makes
you want to waltz? I did that wrong.
Now this one. This has been a more recent route change. It's probably from about February this year. Is teaching Blizzard is getting Blizzard instead of Ice Beam. It used to be you got Ice Beam from the same girl that gives you Rock Slide in the Celadon Mark. But Blizzard is a more powerful move and can save you some turns. The downside is that it's only 90% accurate, so it can also miss some. Okay, so now we go into the part of the run that's called the Gym Rush, and this part of the run flies by because we have Red Bar. We haven't really used Red Bar. We had it for a brief second there on the bridge, but we didn't really use it. Well, it's not something you really use. You just take advantage of it. So, I missed it by one tile. So here we'll be taking advantage of Red Bar. So you can see with the wee woo playing, we get to, ooh, we missed there, but we got lucky and they used Reflect and didn't use, what other moves do they have?
Like Wrap or something, I don't know.
But that can kill a run
There, we got lucky.
You're fine. You're fine. You just had a brief hiccup. Here you can miss too, though it's less damaging. The real danger was missing on the execute. So it used to be that the order of the gym rushes was variable, and it depended on how strong your Nidoran was. But now that we use the perfect Nidoran every time, we're just standardized. So now the only part of this gym rush that's not fast is Blaine's questions. They sped this up a little bit in yellow, where they don't have to say this. If you want to conserve your Pokemon for the gym leader, then get it right. Here we go. Every time. And there's all that lag, and there's just nothing that you can do about it. Now, you might have seen my cursor stay on yes there.
there's not 9 badges. There's obviously
8. So you can use B here to select no, which is true of any menu in the game. If you use B, then it goes to the second option. You know, Peapot, that's one that we always wonder. I don't think there is a good answer. So the way that the runners remember this game is ABBAB. Yes, no, no, yes, no. And now we're on through to Blaine, which is a pretty free fight unless you get a Gen 1 miss. And one of the reasons this is a free fight is because there isn't much in terms of AI in this game, but the gym leaders and rival do have a certain AI to them. If they know a super effective move, then they will use it. Now, psychic moves are super effective against Nidorans. I don't remember if it's the ground or the poisonness of him that it's super effective. Then they will always use that. But agility is a psychic move. So Pokemon that know agility will just sit there and spam that, you know, speeding themselves up. I missed it by 1 there. Will just spam agility there, speeding themselves up. And it's the perfect opportunity to set up X accuracies on them. Poison, thank you. Now to everybody's waifu, Erica. So there you can see the real speed of Red Bar is that we don't have to wait for the level up jingle. We can just skip right through it. And we don't have to hear all these Pokemon cries. The real advantage of that is in the Elite Four, you get to miss Jinx's cry, which is the longest cry in the game, which is like 4 seconds long or something. Okay, so now on to Giovanni for the second time. The gym rush is done. Up button got stuck a little there. No! That's an awful mistake. So you would think with this Red Bar strat that there would be some points that would be risky because you lose to being hit one time in a lot of situations. And generally it doesn't work out that way as much as you would think because of the strength of Earthquake. But the one time when we do need to set up where you can die is on this next cool trainer here. You can not cool trainer. You can die to this black belt here. So this is save. And this is totally a standard save point in races. So there's about a 17%, 16-17% chance to die here. And we got X attack, so we're not dead. And we can't miss Blizzard there because we used an X attack. I mean, an X accuracy. Been watching a lot of Gen 2 and you use X attacks there, so X accuracies. So now, as you may notice, that black belt is blocking our way from getting to the gym leader Giovanni. So we're going to exit and re-enter to reset his position. And we're going to use an elixir.
Okay, and unlike some of the,
well, I was going to say some of the other Gen 1 games, but there's only one other, yellow. This fight is free.
And we're just sitting here.
Mashing A.
So while it may seem like
going through the ends of the gym here, the gym leaders here would be the most dramatic part of the run. It's actually the least dramatic part of the run because you've sort of set up the whole run so that your Chelney destroys this part of it. Peapod is correct, just have to be slightly wary of 256. This is a range. Oh, we got the range.
Nice.
Except for my biking error. All right, here we're off to see Brett for the last or second to last time. Whoops. What am I doing? Does that mean you're good at batter tennis? Okay, this rival, unlike a lot of the other rivals, is also free. Because this Pidgeot now knows agility, so it'll spam agility. This is 6 Brett fight. I missed the range there. Pidgeot. That's okay. It's not going to use any move against us that's going to hurt us.
So it's
fine. We only have one Blizzard left, but that's all we need. The PP management and the move management is pretty tight. And we set up an X accuracy in the beginning because there's no other move that we can use to kill this Venusaur in one hit other than Horn Drill. And we set up the X speed to be faster than the Alakazam there because you don't want to give him a turn. Okay, so now we go on to the Victory Road right before the Elite Four, which is probably the most execution heavy part of this run. You've noticed one of the interesting things in this game is that
there's only about 20 cries.
Common error of mine and other people to use strength there, so I went a little slower there to make sure I muff it up. Okay, and we're on to Victory Road here. We're going to
Enable strength here
real quick
so that we can solve the
boulder puzzles. And if you notice, the boulders have a little animation there that comes
after them.
It's the same as the boat leaving animation of the SS Anne. Took a bonk there to avoid an
encounter.
Is that a tile too
early, but that's fine.
There's a common optional that you hit your first couple times through this run.
Because you have to take the high rail there.
So as you're pushing these boulders along, if you hit any other direction other than the direction that you're pushing within one frame, then you can get the animation to move in the other direction. We call them swag boulders.
So I only hit one there, but I'll try to hit some more later.
My rappel's going to run out
early here. Where is it? Yep. So we use the last one there.
Whoops.
Trying to do a swag boulder. I only got one.
Must be marathon nerves. Okay, and we're out.
And we're on to the Elite Four. Only
5 more
trainers. And only
2 you can
really die at.
Okay, so we're gonna go over here to the PC to deposit 2 of the Pokemon because time doesn't
end.
Until all the Pokemon have gone through the Hall of Fame. So if you have more Pokemon in your party, then that means longer. So we take the extra time there to deposit them. But we did keep Pidgey because we're going to take advantage of that here on Lorelei. Lorelei's first Pokemon, this Dugong, is Aurora Beam, which can destroy you. And it's always going to use it against the bird because it's a super effective. And it's always going to use Rest there on turn 2. I don't know why it always uses Rest there, and I don't think anyone does. It's just a mechanic of the game that Dugong is always going to use Rest on turn 2. So you can use one of your slaves to die, and then set up on turn 2 there. Then you set up with your X accuracy, and you're faster than all these Pokemon. The one-hit KOs will, if you use an X accuracy, there we missed the longest try in the game. Well, you will always saying. I was so entranced by Jinx. I lost it. Oh, one-hit KO moves. One-hit KO moves will always hit unless you're not faster than the Pokemon. Okay, just an elixir here. Bruno's kind of a free fight too. We have kind of high health here. So we set up on this Onyx, which can only do a little bit of damage anyway. Use it next to the band, so we don't take any damage. So we will be losing, since we didn't take any damage from him, and we didn't take any damage from the Black Belt. We're going to be losing Red Bar during this fight when we level up here in a second. Makes it a little slower. Taking it a little slow to make sure that I hit all of these moves. Yep, there we popped out a red bar for the first time since Koga. Next up is Agatha, and Agatha will control you quite a bit because her first and last Pokemon have shots to damage you. So we are going to take a sort of safe heal here, and we're going to heal to the health that we'll need for the next Pokemon, or rather for the next trainer Lance. So if we don't take any damage, then we're set up perfectly here. Jinx is pretty entrancing. One setup move here, an X special instead of accuracy. Never moved into the top. Huh, silly. Nightshade is the one move that he can do that can damage you, but it's better than some of the other status affecting moves that can put you to sleep. So this is a one-shot kill, but then this last Haunter is faster than you. So I'm sorry, this last Gengar is faster than you. So it goes first, but it used a poison type move, which doesn't affect us, which is pretty good. So we're gonna use one Super Repel, and then let Lance decide. Super potion, I'm sorry. Okay. 1 super potion. And so we're going to set up on this first Gyarados, and this first Gyarados is locked into using Hydro Pump, a water move that's super effective against your ground type. And there's a 17% chance that it hits and crits, and if it hits and crits, you're dead. You just have to reset. Now you moved your X specials all the way down here. Okay. Okay, so here we hope for no crit. No crit, and we have great red bar. Okay, this is great. So. Okay, we do have red bar here, but it's kind of a risky red bar, so we are going to save before cheating. Or you would have been, but you have one more challenge ahead, and his name is Brett. Okay, so we're hoping to this Pidgeot knows 4 moves I think that it can use against you, and 2 of them don't do any damage. So we wanted to use those 2 moves. I think a wing attack can also kill us. So we're taking a bit of a risk here with the health as well as we have. Whirlwind is good. Don't do it. Eden is charging. That's great. All right, GG. And we've got Champ Red Bar. When it was glowing there, it was charging for a Sky Attack. If it would have charged on Sky Attack first turn, we would have burned the store. Because Sky Attack does a lot of damage, and Sky Attack crit just kills. Fortunately, it used it on the second turn. Yes, the game does turn on its own animations, but it won't let you get through the last champion fight without putting the animations on. But we're going to do a bunch of boring stuff and just use the same horn drill over and over. The yellow run is a lot more exciting with its blizzards and earthquakes and whatnot. Okay, and here's just mashing until the end. You don't even have to do any movement. I want to thank you guys a lot for having me. I really had fun. And I'm really glad that I got to support Cassio and Prissy coming over for AGDQ. I'm really hyped for that race. Big fan of Prissy's. I thought his Big 20 race was just incredible. And I love watching the Classic Mega Man series and great Classic Mega Man runners like Cassio and Prissy and Shelny and Fasta who turned me on to this. So thanks for having me, everybody. It's going to be time here in about 10 seconds. It's when the screen goes white after the Hall of Fame. Yeah, you haven't caught very many Pokemon, so you're going to be told to look in the grass here. Time. I got a 2 hours 58 on my end. My goal for this run was sub 2 hours, so we didn't quite get there, but well under the estimate. So thanks a lot for having me, and looking forward to a lot of the other runs. I know we got Shadow Dancer coming up next, which is going to be cool.